Okay, so I'm here now. As you can see, I'm on my home page, but there's not much there right now for me to work with. It's quite simple. There's no projects at the moment. I need to start adding some projects in. So first of all, click on My Sites here. And you should only have one web page at the moment, so that should just appear here. Just always double check. If you have more than one WordPress site, you'll need to make sure you're on the right site by switching the site options up here. But for now, we'll just stick with the one site. So I'm going to add a new portfolio post. So you see here I've got the ability to publish a portfolio. I'm going to click on this, it opens a new tab, and I can see all my projects. Currently, no projects. I'm going to add a new project in. I need to give my project a name. So I need to think about what I want to call my project. It could be my first piece of art, it could be whatever you want to name this. So I'm just going to call it my first piece of art. There we go. So within the portfolio, there are a few options for different things you can change and work with. We don't really need to mess with most of these, but some of them are quite useful for you to work with. So within this main box here, this is where you'll put all of your content, such as your images and any text and descriptors you want to add. The excerpt is usually a summary that can be used as part of the theme, depending on the theme that you're using. So generally that might be a short part of your work. The other two parts of the page that you want to look into are the project tags. Project tags are where you can identify any tags you want to give to your work so that if anyone searches for those tags, they'll find your work. And that's a good way to get your name out there, get people promoting you. And the final one is covered by my face right now. So I'm just going to hide my face for a minute. Of course. There we go. There's the featured image down here as well. So what the featured image does is it gives you a small thumbnailed version of any of your projects so that you can then show that off on the home page as well. So I'm going to just start off by setting that. First of all, I need to find an image to go in there. So I've probably got lots of images. This one here will do nicely. It's a nice picture of a 1. There we go. So all I did there, so it was quite easy, I made sure I was on the Upload Files tab, clicked Select Files, found the picture I wanted, clicked Open, and it loaded it for me immediately. And it will be stored in your media library, so all of your images, anything you upload are always going to be stored in here. I like this image, it's going to be my featured image, so I'll make sure it's ticked by clicking on it, and then click Set to Feature Image. I also want this to appear here as well, so if I click Add Media, it's already there, so I just have to enter it again. There it is. Like you would expect if you're in a Word doc, you can make it bigger or smaller. You can add other features of formatting to it as well to tidy it up and add other information. So I'm just going to pop something in down here as well. This is the number 1. Easy enough. Now, as I mentioned before, the project tags. So let's put my face back in before I forget. There I am. The project tags are anything that you want people to be able to see when they're looking for your project. So for example, the number 1, the number 1, 1 or 1. As long as you separate each one with a comma, you can add as many tags as you like. Then anyone that's searching for this particular subject can find it on your page. So if I'm happy with my content, so if I've entered everything as I want it to be, I just have to click on Publish. In the top right corner, it'll load it up and should eventually just tell me that it's happy and it's posted my piece of work, and I can take a look at my first post. It's done. There it is. So I can now view that project. There it is. Nice and simple. If I want to navigate back to the home page quickly, I can just click on the name of the page site up here, and there it is. So now, just as a quick demonstration again of how you do that, click on My Sites, Portfolio. Let's get your portfolio pages up. Oops. Sorry, just going to switch sites to make sure I'm on the right site. Let's try that again. So, My Sites, Portfolio, add a new, give it a project name, so I'm going to call this one the number 2, because it's my second project. I'm going to add some media. I can click to upload a new file. There it is. There's 2. I'm going to insert that into the post just down here in the bottom corner, just hidden by my face. Wait a second. There we are. I'm also going to make that my featured image. Generally, you want the two to be the same in a portfolio, but you can make the image that appears up here much bigger. And don't forget to add some text in as well. Add an excerpt, which may be useful in different portfolio formats. And then finally, some project tags as well. So I'm going to add in number 2, 2, and 2, so people can find it. And when you're happy with your portfolio, just click Publish. And again, it'll think about it like last time. And then, there I am again. And then it's added. So you can check by clicking on View Project. I can go back to my home page, and there it's added in my new project as well. So I can see these. And if I want to move them around as well, I can go to my portfolio page. Just make sure it gives me the right page. There we are. And I can easily shift these around as well, moving them up and down to somewhere I'd like them to appear on the pages as well. But we'll come into that at a different point.